All right, let's try this again here. Wait for some people to step on in. Um, so the last live that I just tried to do did not do very well. I got a phone call, and usually I can decline the phone call and come in, but I got a phone call, and I can usually decline it, and then we will go right back, and it froze on me. So I don't know what happened there. Hopefully, we can get some people. We had quite a few people in there. So you coming in, just pop that like button. Um, so we're going to talk about this Echo 9010 and my thoughts on it. I love new equipment. I love that Echo brought it out. Um, I like more power. I will definitely buy it. I'll probably sell it. Um, you know what? I absolutely agree with that. So I'm just going to jump right into it with my thoughts. So I think it is going to be the biggest. I think it is. I think it will finally beat the BR 800 clearly. If you go look at Brian's lawn maintenance video when he did his comparison to the three backpacks, you will see that the BR 800 blew the leaves further. You will go back and you look at mine. You will see that the BR 800 blew it further. And I did that because I got tired of people saying that this is the king and nothing else can compare to it. And I'm using them side by side, and I'm like, wait a minute, my BR 800 is just as strong. And so, um, what I don't understand about who is running Echo, what I don't get is like, what I don't understand. There's two things Echoes did here that I don't get. Whoever's running Echo probably needs a pink slip. And I'm gonna just give me a few seconds to break this down. Think about what they did to their dealers. The dealers loaded up this fall in 8010s. So now the 9010s are coming. And so that the 9010s um so the 9010s will be released next year. Do you think that they're going to order them and they're going to take a loss on the 8010s because no one is going to want to buy an 8010 when the 9010 has better stats? So they screwed their dealers. They screwed them. The people that is in direct line for them because they don't have open communication with their dealers. They don't. They don't care. They care about making money. This proves it. So the person that's the one thing, and I believe Steel and Red Max is the same way. Yeah, the it's $599. I would have made that blower, 650 because I think the stats are there. Yeah, no one wants to buy a discontinued product. Now remember, the first person in the country to complain about the Echo 8010 was me because, oh Johnny, your arm, you need to lift more weights, Johnny. You need to lift more weights. You're so weak. Okay, so um, yes, they're gonna have to give them away, and and the stats. I mean, the stats are really not that far off. I mean, it's a pound heavier. There's a new fan and it's the same engine. It's the same trick that Echo and Steel have done for years. They use the same. It's no different than what Red Max did. The 8500 to 8550 is the same engine, same blower, just different tubes and a little tweak in the RPMs. But so here's the problem I have with what Echo's doing. I'm glad they put out a blower. I feel like that this could finally be set themselves above the other two blowers because I've owned all three. I've done videos. Go check them. Go look at Brian's lawn maintenance. You will see that the BR 800 blew the leaves further, and they're all three of them are standing like, what's going on here? And in my video, you see that the BR 800 blew the leaves further. Um, Let me see here. Okay. When it got below freezing. Okay. Um, so couple things is I don't blow newtons. I don't blow metal pieces. I blow leaves. That's all I care about. I don't care about tennis balls. I don't care about bricks. I don't care about sticks. I don't care about any of that. I blow leaves. That's all I care about. That's it. I don't care about all the testing they do. Number one, the Newton test, they used the BR800X version and they didn't have the end tube on there. That is not the same as the C. I don't care what the stats say. The X is not compared to the C. The C has a different tube. It's thicker. It's telescoping. The X is thinner and it doesn't have that same end piece. Every time I see someone using an X, it's really small, and I think that takes away from the power of that blower as compared to the C version with the side start. Having said that, now I want you to think about what Echo did. Whoever's in charge of Echo, if you're watching this, I hope that you are. What were you thinking? Why would you release the information now? Why? I heard that there might be a BR900. I heard there might be a Redmax 9500. What are you guys thinking? Now you've given time for other companies to release their blowers. In the meantime, while you're not only did you screw the dealers out of the sale of the new 8010s that they just purchased, look what else you did. You screwed yourself out of sales. You did it before when the BR800 came out. You guys split the market. You want to make sure that your blower is at the top of the game and it's the only thing selling right now. What's wrong with you? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. So if the BR900 is released, let's say April of next year, that means the BR900 and the Echo 9010 are all sitting on the shelves. You guys don't make no sense, man. Fall is when we're going to use these massive. This 9010 should have been released 5 months ago. You would have been king right through the fall. With the BR900 not coming out until next year, you would have had a full year. You would have probably converted steel guys over to the 9010. You probably would have, because from what it appears, it would be a noticeable difference to say, hey, you know what? This 9010 is the real deal. This 9010 is the real deal. I'm done with this 800. You could have did it. You could have did it. My experience with the 8010, it was very temperamental in the morning, very powerful blower. I will give it that. Very CFM, blew parking lots off really good, blew really big piles of leaves, wet leaves, good. I just didn't notice a big enough difference between the BR800. And in most, 95% of what I was doing, the BR800 was beating it. That's why Echo came out with the 9010, because they knew it. I don't care if you can blow tennis balls and you can blow Newton. This is the Newton. This is the real Newtons. No, the real test is when you get in leaves and you're pushing them and you notice that your blower's blowing out beds faster and your blower is outdoing it. Yeah, I will buy any blower that claims to be. They should have released it 2 months ago or waited till next August. Echo's too busy paying the green industry influence to screw their reviews to focus what they really matters. Actually, they don't really pay. They don't really pay their influencers unless they just started. But I can tell you this. They screwed themselves. Echo really did screw themselves. They should have never did what they just did. They should have just waited until either, like someone just said, August of next year, or released it 2 months ago. If you would have released that and put those in your dealer networks 2 months ago, I would have owned one. I would have had one right there. I'm going to review one. I have no doubt that Echo is probably going to really finish off the BR800. I think that you'll finally have um, you. I don't really want someone's opinion about it. I'm just be honest with you. I don't want someone's opinion about it. You're both blowing leaves, and how do you feel? Well, it looks. I think the Echo 8010, works. No, put it on video. Shoot it into a PAL. Show me. I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear anyone's opinion about. Oh, the Echo 8010. It was the best of the best. And, no, it's not. It's not. I showed you. I didn't cheat. I cheated. I went like this. I went like this. I was doing this. No, I don't care if you would have went like this with that Echo. It wasn't going to shoot him any further. I don't care. It was just going to happen. I lost 56 subscribers over that video. All in 1 week, a 56 subscriber loss. I don't care. I don't care if Echo comes out and points it at a metal piece and says that that doesn't mean anything to me. Those tests can be skewed because it's all about RPM. They could have did something RPM that I have no doubt that 9010. I agree with that, Happy. I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. Um, and well, John, you're just a Steel fan. I'm not. Just go back in my videos. Here's what I am. This is what I am. Whatever piece of equipment helps me get the job done faster. That's who I am. Remember when I did the review of the 600 versus the 700 and how disappointed I was? I felt that the 600 had just as much juice as the 700. Now think. Now 600 and 700 are the same engine, just different blowers and tubes. It's the same engine. It's no different what Echo is doing now. Echo did it with the 770 in the previous model. They did it the same. It was the same exact engine. They just different blowers and tubes. Steel is going to do it. Redmax just did it with the 8550, the 8500. The problem is getting over 80 cc's on your back. That's the problem. Oh, that's a good point, LT. No, 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 no. They're the same price. The 9010 and the 8010 are exact same price. Exact same price. 8010 and 9010, which is $50 less than the Steel's best blower. So yeah, Red Max, and listen, I've owned all three. I've got video proof. I've shot video proof of the 8550 going head to head with the BR 800. It hung right in there. It hung right in there. And I've got video proof of the BR 800 versus the Echo 8010. And go to Brian's Lawn Maintenance. Back when they all first came out, you see, as a matter of fact, they're like kind of stumbling around there, like, whoa, wait a minute. This BR 800 is, wow, it blew them further. And they're trying to make excuses for it. They don't understand. Because someone put on a piece of paper that this is the king of all the blowers doesn't make it the king. It doesn't make it the king if you can't blow leaves. Again, I'm going to say it again. I'm not blowing tennis balls. I'm not blowing bricks across the driveway. I'm not blowing books up a sled. I'm blowing leaves. And when the leaves go further, you get them done faster. I'm very happy that all three companies have awesome blowers. And I like all of them. They all have their place. But I want you to think about, everyone's raving about the 9010, but think about what they did to their dealers. Think about it, man. Think about what they did to their dealers. Think about what they did. So now they just given Steel and Redmax, hey, listen, let's get out there. Let's get out there and let's get our blowers out there because people are going to buy a new blower. I'm one of them. I don't care who it is. If Steel comes out with a 900, I'll buy it. Echo 9010 comes out, I'll buy it. If Redmax comes out with 9400, 9500, I'll buy it. Whichever's the biggest and baddest, and then I will keep the one that gets me done the quickest. That's how it's going to go, and that's all I care about. I don't care if my whole trailer, I like to have my whole trailer decked out in Echo or Steel or whatever. Oh, the telescoping tube is just, it's out of this world, man. There's nothing like it. It's just, there's nothing like it. The blowing out of bed with that telescoping tube, it's just absolutely, there's nothing like it. I pull that up, I zip through that bed so fast. It's ridiculous. Whereas the tube is so big for the Echo, you got to kind of stand back, blow around shrubs, and then it blows back into the shrub. That's the next shrub blows underneath, and you got to stand back, dude. I just stand right over the shrubs, boom, 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 all out, pushed out. I could do 2, 3 sides before an Echo will get that done. It's I've seen it too much. I've used it too much. The BR800, when it comes to blowing out beds, it's you put that tube in, lock it up, and you just go like this right through the bed because you can stand over a shrub now. With the Echo, the tube, you can't do that. You'd have to stand up here and go like this. You can't do it. And if you're shorter, it's even worse because when you're walking, the tube's almost dragging on the ground. Like I like to use my little Wonder and then blow out the nooks and cranny with my BR800. Well, with the Echo, I couldn't do it because the tube would catch on the ground while I'm walking. It's little things like that. I mean, but I'm happy to Echo 9010 out. I just don't get why they do what they do. Like whoever's in charge of marketing over there, you showed your hand. I would not be surprised if the BR800 is out by April and sitting in or the BR900. And thanks LTD. I would not be surprised. I wouldn't be shocked one single bit if you see the BR800 or the Red Max 9500. The problem with the Red Max 9500 is I think they see to go over 80 cc's is going to be really tough on the back weight wise. So you're trying to find a way to cut pounds. So that's going to be the problem. Yes, you can. But that does affect the miles per hour, and it does affect the tube. Me personally, I think that this is just my opinion. I don't have facts on this, but I've owned two 8010s. I bought the first one with the tube that was an issue, and then I bought the updated tube. I kind of felt that the first tube had more power. I know that they said there was no change in it, but I don't remember my BR800 outperforming my first Echo 8010. I don't remember it like that. Not like I've just did. This here was a noticeable reduction in performance with the Echo 8010. I bought it in Ohio. I paid over $600 for it. I sold it for $550. I bought another BR800, and whatever blower they come out with that blows leaves faster for me is that blower for me. Now I'm not going to put a 30-pound backpack on my back and fall over. That's just not going to happen. So there comes a point where there's diminishing return. You know, if you're going to be in pain because of the tube and because of the shoulders and because of everything, well, that's called diminishing return. Then you have to decide. But if you want to blow out of bed real quick and you can, you're talking about 6-7 hours a day with a backpack, you're blowing out beds and everything. The carbon fiber, they've had trouble with the carbon fiber because when it got cold, they said that it cracked easily. I actually used my Echo 8010 one winter, and I didn't have any issues with that. So I didn't have any issues at all. What's going on, everyone? Sorry about I can't get back to the comments on the last video, my last video, Ching Chang. It's showing me that you commented, but it's not showing me on my page. I thought that YouTube might have been holding the comments because of the word Ching Chang, and they might be, but I don't know. I don't know if that's offensive, but it's just something I use for money. Ching Chang, baby. That's how that's what I say around here. I always go, Ching Chang, baby. It's Ching Chang time. So I don't know what the issue is, but I got another snow video coming out. It's on my software program and my sheets that I take with me. So look out for that. That's probably going to come out tomorrow. I think you'll get benefited from that, but I just wanted to get on here and give you my opinion of the Echo 9010. I'm glad they put it out. PA. I'm glad they put it out. I'm excited to get my hands on one. I am sure the stats are. I think this will be the clear winner. There won't be any discussion. There won't be need to argue. I believe that this will beat the BR 800. But at the same time, the BR 900 is right around the corner. The Red Max 9500, I'm sure, is close behind too. And what's unique about Red Max, I want you to think about when the BR 600 was out and the Echo 770 was out. They sat on those blowers for a while. Oh yeah, come on, watch my videos, man. Where you been? You're not watching my videos? I do snow removal. I don't work a full time job. I just do snow removal. When it snows, I work. But you would know that if you watched. Um, what's unique about Red Max is they came out with the 8500, and it was king for like 6 7 years, like nothing. So my assumption is, and this is just me thinking about Red Max. I believe the Red Max 9500 will put it in a class by itself again, where they won't have to make another blower again for 4 or 5 years. Whereas Echo 8010 had issues right out the gate. The tube, they had a recall because of the little wire that's in there was firing out of there, could kill people, and the blower actually was just a disaster there for a while. They finally got it fixed, and now it's their time to make money on it, and they kind of scrap it and go to a 9010, which I'm kind of like. So the blower must have been a bad, with crack frames and the tube, the wire, everything in there must just have been an issue. Well, to me it doesn't matter because I'll buy them and sell them. You know what I mean? I'll use them. Like I used that Echo 8010 this whole fall season, and then the last week I sold it. So not only did I make money with it, I bought it for $50 less than what I paid for it, and and so it's gone. There's a BR 800 there now. So I got two of them. Okay. Okay. But so those are my thoughts. I think Echo did a very bad thing by announcing as soon as leaf season was over that they have a new 9010, and no one is going to want to go into a dealer and buy an 8010, especially when they said in the video that we are discontinuing it after whatever sold, they're discontinuing it. I'm like, well, they should have brought it out 5 months ago, and this is it me, or is it just like, why would you do this? Why wouldn't you bring it out 3 months ago before leaf season? Do you realize the amount of sales by next fall? By next fall, I'm sure one of the big three is going to have a new blower, and that's going to tear in half your sales. I just don't understand it, Echo. I don't get it. I don't know who's running or what you're thinking, but no one really wants to buy an 8010. I don't even use my BR 800 in the summer. I used my BR 600. I don't want a 26-pound blower on my back to blow off driveways. It's just not thinking. So you're getting a blower like why? Because I do leaf cleanups. So therefore, all of my testing would be about leaves. That's it. I wouldn't do leaves, pine cones, acorns, pine needles. That's all I would do. I would not test. I'm gonna blow it on a piece of metal and we're gonna see the newtons. Doesn't mean a hill of beans. I do want to talk about that because I've talked about that in the comment section. So I've never blown up a steel. Um, I've had 3 or 4 BR 600s. I've had 3 BR 700s, 2 BR 800s. I've never blown one up yet. But the people I've sold them to within 2 years have blown up. So I'm not going to deny that there's issues with the four mix. I'm not denying that. I've never personally blown one up. I've only blown one Echo up, and I've owned a lot more Echoes than I've owned anything else. I'll be honest with you. Echo, for my first 10 years, it was a mainstay until the Clean Act. And then I started playing around with Red Max, and then I went to Steel. Um, I've only blown one Echo up, and it needed to be blown up. Oh, there's Countryside, baby. Randy, see, Randy, we think alike, Randy. Um, so, I've never personally blown one up, but I've had landscapers friends who have. 100%. I have two landscaper friends in town. Both have blown them up. So now you've seen everyone else, the Echo fanboys. I have no issue with anyone that made a video. But was I the only one that thought this way? Echo screwed their dealers. Echo, they bought pallets of these Echo 8010s to sell, and now next year, you're not going to see a 9010 right away because the dealers are not going to take a loss on what they did. The only way they're going to be able to do this is for Echo to buy those 8010s back. It's just bad. Like, why would you release something no one can get? Well, we're stirring excitement. We're talking about, well, Johnny Moe's making a video. Randy's talking about, we're talking about him. I'm not talking about him. I'm glad it's out. But I'm thinking, like, now, wait a minute. You gave Steel, you just told Steel and Red Max, you just told Steel and Red Max, hey, we're putting a blower out next year. So Steel's like, release the BR 800, 900. Do you think that it's not up and ready? Do you think it's not there? You know what I mean? Like, and I again, I'm going to say this: the BR800X is not the same blower as the BR800, but Johnny, they're the same stats. They're different tubes. They're different tubes, and every time I see an 800, it never has the end tube on it. My BR800 has never lost the end tube, the last piece, never. Um, so to me, the best all around blowers, the best everyday blowers, blowing grass, the offside, is the BR600 and the Echo 770. I do like the Red Max 7700 or 7500. I do like that. I like all three of those blowers. For everyday use, you can transition right into leaves and you can do what you need to do. But when it comes to moving leaves, you want the big boys. You want the big boys. You want to be able to. But again, you're sitting with an Echo now. It's 26 pounds. That's a lot of weight, and that's just a lot of weight. I just don't know if they thought this through. Uh, I just don't get it. Well, the problem with that is they already know, and this is Steel, Echo. They've done this in the past. They already know that they can make so much money on this platform, and then they can just update it a little bit, and then people are going to ditch their 8010 and go buy a 9010. Just like the BR600 versus the BR700. It's the same engine. It's the same exact engine. Yeah, I've looked at that blower. It's just like the Echo 770. It's the same engine as the 650. There used to be an Echo 650, believe it or not. It's the same engine. It's just updated with a bigger fan and different tubes. I I won't buy it unless it does. I won't buy it unless it does. If it doesn't have over 1,000 CFM, I think Steel's biggest issue is going to be um, how much heavier that's going to be. Because